Hmm? Oh,
I'll be
coconuts?
just. Oh, you can. Can you use that? How far does that reach, though? Not far enough. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Jiffy.
Just need
Jiffy.
to. Yes, Jiffy. Sec.
Jiffy.
Him too. Just anyway. I just realised that I could have just easily.
I think we have
Right.
everything's all good to go. I'm excited for this game. I've been reading over it again today, and just
You got an additional 2 weeks to play.
an additional 2 weeks. That But-
I think the
Planning
word
won't
I'm
help
gonna
you.
kill them all.
Oh, that's what I'm actually worried about. It's like I really hope I didn't make anything
You know what
too
it is,
difficult.
don't you? I've been thinking too much about the Havoc children, and now I immediately have fried my brain.
Are we live?
Yep.
Yeah, we're live and we're recording,
Hi.
like we always do. Like I always do, and surprise you guys with that. Cool. It is about 1 minute till, but I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you everybody for coming back again. Thank you again. I know I thanked you before we went live, but thank you again. I appreciate you guys rescheduling, and I hope you're excited for the Monty Python one shot. Anybody who's watching, we're not associated with Monty Python. We didn't, this is just for fun. We're not getting paid. Please don't sue us. But
we wouldn't be opposed to it.
we wouldn't be opposed to sponsors. As you can see on the pool table behind my husband, there are Jaffa cakes. Little orange bag.
Yeah, if they can see that, that's amazing.
But yeah, so
I can help.
we need the Jaffa cakes. We always gotta have the Jaffa cakes.
If only we had someone here who could suddenly bring us joy in the powers of the Jaffa way. He would be in a yellow-clad costume, and he would scream to the top of his lungs, "I am Jeff."
Product placement.
Well, we have with us today, I'm Des, so I'm going to be the DM today. We are going to play using the Dungeons & Dragons rules. But from now on, after today, we are going to switch our one-shots over to the Animite Tale system, which is Joe's system, who's right there, and Will, I'm sure, is right next to him.
What? No. And if we
Will's
just
always
rotate
there.
this...
Hi, Will.
Say hello.
I'm definitely not here.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Do not worry.
We also have, for today's cast, we have Jason, who's going to be Sir Lancelot. I don't remember what the body count was on the last... Yeah, haha! What the body count was last episode. I think I lost count after 12 or... I don't...
Murdered the whole police department.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After all y'all did. And Sir Robin also helped in that. Sir Robin is played by my husband, Chris.
Valuable member of the party.
That's questionable. And then we have our leader, fearless leader, as King Arthur, played by Jerry.
I am King Arthur.
Jerry is one of our DMs. We just had one of his games, Waterdeep, the Dragon Heist, on Friday. And then we have Joe, who is our RPG developer. Our exclusive RPG, RPG developer, who is playing Sir Bedivere, who has finally seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What?
Every time. Every
single
time.
And we have special guest Ben from Puffin Forest as well. And Ben is from Puffin Forest, a YouTube channel. He's an animator. He animates for D&D stories. And and he just came out. He just released 2 episodes of Puffin Minis, which I thought were fantastic and
Okay, cool. Yeah.
really relatable. So go check those out. Actually, I have the websites here. Here's the website for the Baytarians for Patreon. Patreon.com, the Baytarians, and then here is Ben's YouTube channel as well. So these are the 2 that he came out with. Why are there now 150 messages missed? And, where's the other one?
We'll just show the rest. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, there was another one that was really great, and hopefully you'll come back later. Oh, there it is. Guess the internet is on fire again, and that one I think was my favorite one.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That one was great.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Thank you guys again. I know I keep thanking you guys, and I want to give a big shout out to Jason, who pulled it together last time and just like did the streaming. And thank you, Ben and Joe, for helping him out with that and getting it together. I watched that a couple times. I thought it was hilarious. I know you guys were really worried about how it came out, but I thought it was great. And we had...
You watched me talk for 15 minutes and then to pantomime?
Yes, I wanted to know what you were talking about, but...
Well, you'll never know. You only know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. It was great. I thought it was great. And the recording is on YouTube. I posted it up there because I want people to see how well you guys did. And okay, so I just have a couple announcements. Tomorrow, Monday, June 24th, Puzzle Traveler, me as the DM. That's from 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Wednesday, Joe and I, Joe's my co-host for RPG Tips. We will have Creating Stories. This will be about main campaigns. And we'll have special guest Justin from Twitch, Pandemonic. He's mainly known for our tech guru. He helps me with all the tech stuff for the 12D20 group. And that'll be Wednesday, June 26th. And then starting in August, now this is a big announcement, starting in August, the Puzzle Traveler will move to Sunday evenings from 6 to 9, I think, Central Standard Time. One-shots Joe will be handling most of those for his RPG system, the Animite Tales. I'll do some of them every once in a while, but Joe will definitely be the main one, and those will be once a month.
After watching those, all I can say is I've got a lot to live up to.
You'll do fine. You'll create great. You did great stories before. That's why I got into your system.
We're just going to torture all of your NPCs as well.
Yeah, they kind of need this.
And then the RPG tips that were on Wednesdays, they're going to switch to Sunday afternoons. Those will be once a month instead of every other week. And then Jerry sessions will stay on Fridays, so those won't change. The reason why those are going to move, everything's shifting over to Sundays because I'm going back to school and I need to study. So that is why. And also Philip, another one of our players, he's going to school as well. He's going to earn his degree as well. So we have students, us, that need to study and do well. And so that's why we're shifting everything to Sunday. That's all the announcements I have. Does anybody have any?
But if we get enough sponsors and we all get on payroll, we won't need education.
I'm still going for my degree.
Smart move.
Maybe
Smart
as a backup. No, but yeah,
dear.
I definitely want to be a communications professor. So I have quite a few years to go, but I'm excited. I'm very big on education. But so. Yeah, that's the reason. Anybody have anything they'd like to share?
Nope, I'm good.
I guess other than the Patreon, yeah, that's about it. At some point soon, I will be adding some extra bits, some videos for people if they want to watch them. I probably will send them to Des so that they're actually posted on the 12do20 YouTube channel, which will be talking about and explaining different things in fiction. So anything to do with powers, special abilities, tropes in stories, storytelling, or even just special items, weapons, and equipment that is shown in video games and other forms of legends and myths. I'll be talking about that. So if anyone's ever been interested in certain things of like any kind of special artifacts and they want a video done on it, send me a message and I'll do it.
And right now, Joe, Will, and I are working on off and on the PDF so that can be available to other people, to all of y'all. You can test it. I think we talked to Aiden, who's going to be on our one-shot in July. So he will be one of the test players in July for a one-shot. And we talked to Ben as well, who's going to be a test DM. So look forward to those PDFs coming to, or PDF. We're trying to shrink it down to one solid PDF so it's easily accessible and organized. But by the end of July. I'm aiming for end of July, and I'm pushing Joe and Will.
I'm being realistic in saying that it will probably be mid to late August.
And July.
There's always such thing as wishful thinking.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do a recap of last game, and if I miss anything, please chime in, Jason, Jerry, and Chris. So last episode we had Rex, and that's how we met Rex, Julie, from our area in Texas. We met him at Scarborough, and it was initially going to be a one-shot Monty Python the Holy Grail, kind of what happens after the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, spoilers are coming. At the end of the movie, they all get arrested. And, it's thought that Sir Robin died and Galahad died, but we brought him back. I brought him back for episode 2, which I called The Lost Camelot. So what happened was they were in jail, and they were freed by kind of a female idiot guard who was supposed to be the sister of the guard from Swamp Castle. So she let them free. She just let them go. And they didn't get far with the bookkeeper's instruction. Went to the bookkeeper. He had really bad instructions, and they went to the armor shop. His name was Mr. Wensleydale from that Monty Python sketch, The Cheese Shop. He had no armor. Surprise, surprise. They got spam from a lady who runs in 2 separate buildings, an inn and a tavern. She would sneak past, go back and forth to both of them. Finally, they were rushed by 12 guards. And they killed them all, and the girl who let them go ran out and says, I was able to recruit all these guards. And then she looks around and she realizes that you killed them all. Sir Robin found her a threat, and he decided to kill her from behind. So Sir Robin killed her. Sir Lancelot actually killed Dennis, the constitutional peasant, in the tavern before he left. Oh, okay, so that was when he had 8 as his kill count.
That guy, yeah, okay.
And then it went up after the guards.
He was really annoying.
And then and then it was rumored that Camelot had been taken by the French. So you went to Camelot, where you met up with the French, and they sent out the actual murderer of the historian. I couldn't think of a name on the spot, and you guys named him Steve. So thank you for that. So you killed Steve, the historian. So in the movie, the historian gets murdered. Nobody knows who it is, but you guys killed him. And the French said, okay, well, why don't you kill a beast for us, and then we'll let you have Camelot back. And when you guys inquired about where the Holy Grail was, they said, well, at that last castle, they just threw it in the lake because it was making too much noise and it was too shiny, so they just threw it in the lake. They got rid of it.
Too shiny.
The beast, of course, is this brown furred rabbit. And Rex, who played Tim, thank you, Tim the Enchanter, he knew exactly what it was. He said, that's, the killer rabbit has cousins, with big pointy teeth. He was excellent, guys. Rex did the accent and the teeth and all that stuff, and the boo the whole time. It was great. The fireballs, he did that as well. And then, so during that, I think, Robin, you did a couple of somersaults. You missed a lot. But you realized quickly that the rabbit could not be destroyed by anything that you had, really. King Arthur tried to use Excalibur to take out the rabbit. He ended up taking out the minstrels that were along the ride. He killed the minstrels, and the rabbit leached on to Sir Lancelot. And Sir Lancelot was running around with this rabbit, on his neck, and so finally he says, I'm going to do something. And so he runs up to Camelot, rips the rabbit off of his neck, and chunks it into Camelot. And as you guys are hearing, sacre bleu, and all the French people and they're just cursing in French, and you hear cows and chickens and all kinds of screaming, and all of a sudden just goes silent. And then that's where we kind of left you off with Lancelot says, okay, I'm going to go kick down the door. And he runs up to Camelot, the door, and he kicks it in, and then that's where we ended that session at Scarborough. Did I leave anything out?
Rorik is upset that no one tries to befriend the rabbit. He was necking me. He was getting pretty friendly. No, that's a pretty good summary.
Okay. So after that whole fiasco, after all of that, Lancelot, you kick down the door, and you look inside, and there's a lot of dead bodies of the French. You see a man that's sitting there, like, he looks very recognizable. He has a knight's uniform on. He has blood all over him, and he's kind of like doing this motion, like an animal. And he's got his back to you.
So, where are we, Meow?
Huh? Who are we, Meow?
Hi there. Are you French?
And he kind of perks up, and he turns around, and lo and behold, you recognize him right away. It is Sir Bedivere.
Oh, I didn't recognize you with all the French blood on you. I didn't realize that was in season.
Oh, hello. What has happened here?
We saved you. You're free now.
Thank you, good Lancelot. I get up and just calmly walk over to him.
Have you seen a brown rabbit at all?
Sort of looks around. No. Just woke up. Devil of a hangover, of course. Don't tell the king.
Oh, you're safe with me. As long as you didn't see the brown rabbit.
No. Obviously, each time I'm talking, I'm just...
You're lifting up the thing. Sir Galahad walks in, with his sword, and he kind of looks around, and he kind of sees Sir Bedivere, and he kind of gets startled, and he's kind of searching around, and then he is kind of looting the bodies a little bit. He he finds a piece of paper, and he starts reading it. Starts chuckling to himself, and he starts laughing and laughing and laughing uncontrollably, and has his side over, and then he just keels over and he dies.
Hey, must have been a good joke.
Perhaps I should read it.
I don't know if you want to do that. Pretty sure I don't want to do that.
Can I roll a wisdom check or an intelligence check?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Wait. So in this situation, would a higher intelligence be more lethal, or would a lower intelligence?
Lower intelligence would mean he would just pick it up without thinking.
What kind of joke is it?
Okay, so 17. So you pick it up cautiously, and you kind of, you just kind of fold it a little bit. That way you don't read all of it. You kind of slowly kind of pull the paper down a little bit, and you realize it's in French, and you can't read any of it. You have no idea what it says. You open the whole thing, and it is in French. You have no idea what it says.
Oh. I just immediately turn to Lancelot. Useless. And just throws it on the floor.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Perhaps we can use it as a weapon against any further French.
That could work. How are you at making paper airplanes?
I can give it a shot. I'll take the paper and just mess around with it.
What's an airplane?
And as you guys are kind of bickering and kind of talking about what to do with this piece of paper, you hear faint clapping in the castle. It's very odd. It's just this clapping, just in rhythm.
I think Robin is going to get excited here. So, does Robin? Is it a very familiar sound to Robin?
Yeah, I guess so. In a way.
All right. Well, Robin wants to go and explore, so I'll go and open the door and take a look inside.
Sure. You go in, and you hear the clapping. It gets louder and louder, and you realize that it's kind of going toward the dungeon area. You go down deeper, and as Sir Robin, you're very, very cautious. You might even,
hiding behind my shield.
Hiding behind your shield, and it gets louder and louder and louder. It sounds really happy, and then you kind of look in, and you see a prisoner hanging on the wall, just kind of clapping, an older man, and you see somebody right next to him hanging on the wall as well.
What do they look like?
Well, they kind of look like a servant, very familiar-looking servant.
How
But
so?
not too familiar to you.
Oh, hello there. I assume that's me.
That's you.
Oh, hello
I
there.
guess from upstairs, I'll be like, "Oh, I know that voice,
What day? How are you doing?
Concord.
Yes.
How's that arrow?"
Oh, it's not that bad. I still have the arrow in me.
Yeah.
And, it's healed mostly. It's it's a little bit irritating sometimes in the morning. I get up in the morning and I just kind of you get a little sting, but
Well, it's a shame we're gonna have to leave you here mortally wounded.
Wounded, yes. It's actually, if you could be of some assistance pulling me down, I would be gratefully helpful.
Well, I suppose you can die on the ground. That's fine. I'll get it down.
Okay, you successfully, not a problem. You take him down, and and again the older man just next to him, just clapping and kind of moving his head back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, go.
My character just kind of like pulls out the arrow. Puts it down.
You take no damage from that.
Okay. Good, because I would die from
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna try to keep you as long as alive as long as possible, but can't promise with your stats.
Concord, who's your friend here?
Oh, this gentleman. We've been having a great chat. He's what is his? What are your name again?
And he's just the old man's just clapping, kind of looking around, not kind of ignoring you all.
Is there any music at all around, or is he just clapping?
He's just clapping. He's just clapping.
Okay, I was hoping my
gonna say,
minstrels were going to make an appearance.
I was going to say, am I downstairs with them, or?
Oh yeah, everybody's downstairs.
I was just
Except
gonna
you notice that you all notice that Tim the Enchanter is not with you. Not there, but everybody else is. Arthur's there. Lancelot, Robin.
I just look around, take open my little flap vent. Perhaps he's deaf.
Maybe he can read. Sir Robin, see if he can read your note, your French note. We'll see if he laughs too.
All right, and with my rudimentary, from what I conceptualize as an airplane, I will toss it to him.
Okay, well, he catches it somehow, and and he kind of looks at it and kind of starts clapping with it in his hands, and he just starts giggling and chuckling and clapping faster and faster and faster, and then he just dies right there, and then the paper goes down to the floor.
Well, it was different than the last effect. Maybe it varies by person.
Well, that's strange. He just died.
Yeah, the last guy did that too, but he started laughing first.
I'll go pick up the paper again.
Okay.
Save it. That could be useful later.
Yeah.
Am I cutting out?
Okay.
Very useful.
Very well. Do you want to head out of here? I believe we are done here.
Well, my liege, what do you say?
Am I actually with the group?
Yeah,
or am I
you're
still-
with the
Oh,
group,
I
Arthur.
didn't-
You're there
okay.
too.
Well, we have King Hoth have the castle in hand, but we've still not found this rabbit. Any sign? Maybe we should make sure that the castle is secure first.
And
Okay. I follow behind. If someone goes around and searches, I follow behind them, like doing the clapping.
Does anybody have coconuts they can help Ben?
Coconut thingy.
Even though you're in a castle, yeah, you still do the coconuts. And you all search the castle. There doesn't
until
seem
someone says like, "No horses in here." I'm like, "Oh," and I put them away.
So you're all kind of going around, and every once in a while, Concord's told to not do the coconuts anymore. He just kind of
Oh.
looks down,
And then I do them quietly.
so no one can hear you. Roll for stealth.
All of us?
No, just
That's just
Concord.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
It's rolling for his coconuts. Okay,
9.
I mean, everybody can kind of hear you a little bit. They hear it in the faint in the background. They just kind of roll their eyes. They're like, okay, just kind of let him have his fun.
Okay.
A little bit. But yeah, you can still kind of, you make it silently that way. It's not too disruptive.
These people aren't telling me. They don't know not to let a horse in here.
So as y'all are searching, you just notice that there's just a massacre, just blood all over the place. French dead, cows dead, chicken, everything is dead in there, and just like it was slaughtered by this rabbit. But you can't find the rabbit at all.
Do we really need to find the rabbit? Isn't it better if we don't find the rabbit?
I definitely agree with Lancelot here.
Immediately, like, I just open up, looking a bit sketchy. There was a rabbit here. Where was the rabbit?
Well,
The
it appears the
castle
rabbit is gone, so I don't guess
Oh.
it's us.
How do we catch a rabbit? Perhaps we could have a trap of some kind.
I have an idea.
Those are dangerous. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence real quick.
Alrighty. Go for
To
it.
see how good your idea is.
Ooh,
Oh,
6.
Oh yeah. Perhaps we could frame all of these dead soldiers, these French, and we could perhaps hang them on something, making them look alive to provoke the rabbit.
like bait.
Yes. That's a good plan.
I like the idea.
Okay.
Do we want to tie strings to them and make them
Yeah,
dance?
marionettes.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you do this. I mean, are all of you in favor for this?
Well, the thing is that we would just hang them around the castle, but he's not in the castle.
We don't
so
know that.
Oh, okay.
Well, you did a lengthy search, and you didn't find him anywhere.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
see carnage
There's outside the
everywhere.
castle.
And we didn't find a rabbit body anywhere,
Nope.
did we?
No rabbit body.
Okay. Can I look for tracks to see if there's any path
Absolutely.
of blood leading outside of the castle going in a particular direction?
Absolutely. Roll for
Drain.
Okay,
investigation.
that is a D4. That is not something that I wanted.
I
Excellent.
was saying,
A
geez, you
19.
have really put yourself down.
Excellent. So you rolled a 19. So yeah, as you're kind of looking through, you kind of look where Sir Lancelot came from, and you kind of assume that the battle was outside, as they had mentioned before, and you do see kind of like you do see footprints that wouldn't necessarily belong to them. They're kind of larger, and kind of a hole next to the footprints that would indicate like a staff or a walking stick, and it's running away from the castle.
Oh, maybe it's Tim. Oh, did the rabbit get Tim?
Well, I see there are these tracks leading away from the castle. Do you think they might know something or know where it's headed, or maybe be pursuing? Maybe the rabbit was pursuing them.
Well, perhaps we should let the rabbit pursue it instead of pursue us.
Okay. All right, that's it's decided.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue at this point.
The rabbit is someone else's problem.
So you're not going to follow the tracks.
Robin wouldn't. I don't know if anybody else is braver than Robin.
But
Well, I'll just kind of follow them for a little bit just to see where they head.
Okay.
I'll hide behind Concord.
As you two, so as Bedivere, Arthur, and Lancelot are kind of fixing up the castle with the dead bodies, they walk outside and they see Sir Robin kind of huddling behind Concord, and Concord's looking at the ground, watching, and they kind of go far, and then as Concord's kind of looking, you see a kind of a town in the background, as that's where the footprints would have led to.
Oh,
They went to a town.
is it on fire?
And then I try to pitch it to Robin as like, well, here you're just by yourself, but if we're at a town, there's other people. So like there's a meat shield, other people to protect you.
So me.
Safety in numbers.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, we should check in and see what Arthur says instead of just us running around doing stuff.
Oh yeah, he is the king.
Perhaps we should check with the liege first.
My liege, my expert servant Concord here has indicated that the rabbit has gone towards this town. Shall we pursue it?
I think we must. As the protectors of this realm, we must make sure that it is safe, and obviously the rabbit is not safe, so yes, we must go after it.
Run away to danger!
Have your fire ready.
Concord, my horse, please.
And it's like what happens is I go, 1 second, my lord, and then I run around a corner, and then you hear the hoof clacking, and then I come around from the stables.
Excellent. As you all hop on your horses, with Concord, just one horse, you all Concord leads the way. He has the coconuts, and he's galloping along, and there's King Arthur right behind Concord, and the rest of you behind King Arthur. You make it to the town, and you see a gentleman. A gentleman runs up to Concord, and the horse gets spooked a little bit. And Concord, takes a bit to kind of ease the horse.
Whoa!
There's a man that comes right up to Concord and says they're not dead yet. They're not dead yet. You need to go in and fight. I see this is the king. He needs to go fight.
And then
sounds good. Let's go.
And then Lancelot takes off towards the city.
Okay.
I kind of look blankly for a second, like, I'm King Arthur, King of the Brit. Like I heard none of that. I'm just clueless.
Well, you all see Lancelot just darted. As soon as he hears danger, he just darts. He's going for it.
Wait, Lancelot! And then I increase the clacking, but I go at a slower pace.
King Arthur follow. He'll see everyone's running. Like, oh my! Okay.
With haste. And then I'm walking.
All right, so I will share this with all of y'all as well. So as you approach the town, everybody do a perception check for me.
Robin is on alert.
All right, so Robin rolled 19, Concord 2. All right, everybody except Concord. Concord is more focused on keeping the horse just healthy and fine. But everybody else, as soon as you approach the city, especially Lancelot, since you're up in front, you notice immediately that there's just kind of these slumped walking figures around town. And again, I'll share that with you guys right now. And then you're kind of coming from that bottom area, that south area. I put your letters on there. Arthur, Bedivere, Concord, Lancelot, and Robin, so you can move your... I know Lancelot would probably be up front.
Walk up to this dude and say, "Hey, have you seen a rabbit? We are searching for a foul beast with 2 buck teeth and 2 long ears."
As you start talking to this creature, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, it's a creature.
Well, it's a slumped over person, but as you get closer, you realize it's kind of decayed face, and you realize right away that it is kind of a zombie-looking creature.
Is all of us roll initiative?
Everybody.
Okay.
My initiative decayed.
Oh no, initiative is immediately going to be one of the worst things that I roll.
Oh.
Jeez.
-1?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I didn't know that was possible.
Negative dex? Or low dex?
Yeah,
Oh,
negative
yeah.
dex.
Makes sense.
I come up with the plans. I never
right,
said that I was good at being able to execute them myself.
All right, they didn't roll very well. They rolled a 6 to start. So we're going to go ahead and take a... I'm going to kind of cross over Animite Tales because I like the way that that's handled. They're going to go last, and I'm going to have you guys go first. Because it's just a lot easier to keep track of those things.
Yeah.
All right, so first up is Sir Bedivere. You notice that this thing kind of looks at Lancelot and is kind of reaching out both hands and it's going toward Lancelot.
Okay. How did I get the highest roll?
Yeah, I know.
You're in the back.
I guess the main thing. I have no idea how to do this. With one thing, I will definitely I don't know if this is actually a free action. It's just me saying something. It's like, oh no, sire! It seems to be Glaswegians. And immediately, I just heard rotting flesh slumped over, not moving very fast.
So you guys, I'm gonna let you guys respond to this, but no actions. So you hear Sir Bedivere, but do you want to respond to him in any way, just verbally?
What did you say again?
I just went, oh no, sire, it looks like Glaswegians.
Glaswegians?
Glaswegians, which basically is just Scottish people.
Oh.
Oh,
no!
I would not get too close to them. You might catch something.
That's fine.
We apologize to anybody who is Scottish.
I'm just now having a look at so anything that I could potentially do in this particular situation. How far am I away? Just so I'm behind.
So each of those squares is 5 feet.
Okay, so 5 feet.
About
I guess
35 feet.
The only thing I could do is probably move about 10 feet forward, so just up to around about where Arthur is, and perhaps try and.
That's your movement speed? Is 10?
I think my movement speed is more than that, but I just don't want to go any further. My movement speed is 30, and I just sort of like beside, if not a little bit in front of Arthur, sort of standing still with my sword sheathed. And I'm gonna try and cast Entangle, which is one of my abilities.
Yeah, it's one of your spells, and so it's it's kind of a 2x2 area. So they're so spread out, you can target one guy, basically.
Yeah, I'm mostly hoping to only get the one in front anyway. So
okay,
I'm guessing, is that a wisdom?
So he has to make a dex save. The target.
Okay. And
What about me? Am I caught into this, or is this?
He is not, because I assume he's doing it back far enough, so it's just catching the creature.
Yeah,
cool.
That's fine. And then the creature rolled a 2.
Okay, 2. So he is now restrained.
Okay.
Awesome.
So what that means is we have advantage attacking him, and his move speed is 0, so he can't move.
Okay.
Cool. So the thing that's kind of lunging at, or not lunging, but kind of slowly going toward, all of a sudden just stops in one kind of spot. Is just kind of like, it looks like a robot, but you can't say robot in medieval times. It looks like a scarecrow. That's what it looks like. Not a movable scarecrow.
Is it dead yet?
It will be shortly.
All right. Concord, it is your turn.
Okay, I pull out my sling, and I'm like, I will save you, my liege. And I roll my attack, and where's my attack? Okay. Aha! I rolled an 18.
Crap.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah,
definitely
Yeah,
hits.
it's just it automatically adds them together, but
Such a-
okay, 18.
Such a roll
hits, no
two
problem.
d20s, and I'm like, what kind of thing is this?
Yeah.
Concord.
So for 1 point of damage,
So you bonk it on the head.
I've
and just
slain
kind
it.
It
I
kind
feel
of
so much safer.
excellent. And it is Robin's turn.
I guess I will go with the safety numbers thing and attempt to help out Lancelot and run up and try to hit it with my shield.
Okay.
No, wait, no, I think I have to attack first and then
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will run up and basically hit it with my shield, but That'll be my attack.
Okay. You have advantage.
All right. Action. Where is it? There it is.
That hits, yeah. All right, so you just tumble into this guy, and it kind of falls backward, but it still has its arms in the air. It's just kind of still there, kind of twitching a little bit. And you can definitely tell part of it. I mean, the knee down on the left leg fell off, and a couple of the fingers fell off as well, since you slammed right into its fingers.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But it is on the ground, not looking too
Alright.
good. Well, it didn't look good before, but now it really doesn't look good.
I guess I will use my second attack and try to finish it off.
That hits. What weapon did you use?
A longsword.
Longsword? Okay, so you chop this thing's head off, but you can still see it blinking. The head's still blinking, kind of twitching a little bit. The body just went limp, but the head is still blinking.
Can I kick it and then hide behind my shield again?
Nope. Sorry.
Put this thing away from me.
Lancelot, it is your turn.
I guess I'm gonna look at it and assume it's dead because its head's off.
It's not dead. It's twitching. The eyes, you can still see it moving and looking at you. And looking
Right.
at Robin.
It's got no movement, and being in my barbarian shenanigans, I don't think I would think it's alive.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run over here to this guy
All right.
and stab him.
Go ahead.
Now, you're gonna have to help me here because I'm not fluent in barbarian. Do I get 3 attacks no matter what, or do I have to be raging in order to get my 3 attacks?
I believe you have to be raging.
Okay, otherwise it's just 2.
Rage. I'm looking it up.
Okay, cool.
Well, you could first roll the first 2, and then
Yeah.
as I'm looking it up, we'll figure out.
So, do I roll? I roll strength to see if I hit. Is that what it is?
You roll your.
So you roll attack, which is I think you roll like greatsword or whatever your weapon is. I don't know exactly how Fantasy Grounds work, but it's like your strength plus proficiency.
Okay. Well,
So your strength is +5.
with my proficiency, it becomes +8. Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. So also the thing is that because of your path, it's as a bonus action you can make an attack, but only if you're raging. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get 3 attacks.
So with the roll of 9, you actually do hit it.
Holy crap. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then what's the damage for the greatsword?
A greatsword is 2d6 plus your strength.
Let's see if I can. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I swear I'm not completely incompetent.
No, you kill people quite well.
Mm. Sir Lancelot.
So that plus 8,
Plus-
which would be 17.
Yep. So you just slice this thing in half. It goes down. It is definitely dead.
Nice. Let's see. 1, 2,
Also,
3,
what is your
4,
strength mod? Because you just add the strength mod.
8.
Oh, your strength mod is 8. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. 3, 4, and my movement is 30.
So you moved about 15.
Can I make it to that other dude up top?
What's your speed?
30.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do my second attack on him, which was. Jeez,
That hits.
these rolls. Okay, so let's see if I can. 8, 2, 18.
Excellent. What are you attacking with?
My great sword. Great sword again.
How do you want this one to die? You did slice the other one in half, but
Can I do like a upside down U and get like both his arms and his head at the same time?
why not? So an upside down U. So yeah, you just fling your sword up, and then you kind of do this magnificent, and everybody sees it. This magnificent, curve toward his head and his other, and they just fall, and then the body falls, and it all goes limp.
All over there's clapping.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, wow. Even some of the zombies are like, yeah. All right. And now it is Arthur's turn.
So are these other zombies like moving in, or are they just staying in place? Or
They're kind of they're kind of slumped a little bit, looking
they
around.
seem to care what's going on?
Not really.
Okay.
And you notice that when Lancelot got close and started talking to one of them, it started to slowly go toward him.
Okay.
And kind of a
so the one in front of Lancelot's dead.
Yeah. Let me take that
one in front of Robin has a head moving around, but that's it. So I am going to, I guess I'll go deal with the one on the right. I'll just come to around the corner where I can see the one on the right, and I am going to cast Toll the Dead, and that I believe is a wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom save. Mm-hmm. And if they're already injured, they take a d12 of damage. Or actually, 2d12.
He rolled a 7.
Okay, so he failed.
2d8.
Or has he taken damage already? Or?
No, he has not.
Okay, so yeah, 2d8. Four damage.
Awesome. You're probably thinking, where were these rolls Friday night? But
jeez.
Not to name any names, but so as you cast this, this ringing comes out, and it kind of, you can see the thing slowly put its hands on its head, and it looks like it's kind of wincing.
As a bonus action, I'll go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Just put it next to the guy to be ready for next time. Of course, he'll probably be dead by then, but. Level 2.
And that's your turn?
Yep, that is my turn.
All right, cool. Now it is their turn. Lancelot and Bedivere, do a perception roll for me real quick. And Lancelot too?
All right.
My perception is +6, so that's 13.
All right, cool. So both of you notice, you hear rustling, and Bedivere, you definitely hear it. You see, coming out of Bedivere, you see to the left side, you hear rustling, and you see another of these creatures kind of come out from a kind of a crate, or it was just kind of not hiding in there, but just kind of looks like it kind of hears something, so it kind of lifts its head up. And then Lancelot, you definitely see something else come out. Another one of these creatures come out from kind of a doorway.
Which doorway is that? Is that
the one on the top right? I'm sorry, the top left side, that little hallway. So that one just came out from the right of this big kind of chapel-looking place.
That is not good.
And then, who was this guy again? So the blinking eyes, they just kind of, it teetered back and forth. It doesn't do much. Let's see, the one King Arthur. He slowly moves toward King Arthur, but doesn't do anything. He just has his arms out.
He wants a hug.
Oops, sorry. Hold on. The other one that's coming, there's another one coming towards Sir Robin as well, and the other one hasn't noticed anything. It is Bedivere's turn.
Okay, I'm just now having a look at what I can do. Okay, so I can move 30. Okay, so what I'll do is a snap decision, whether it be for better or for worse judgment. I'm gonna try and get up to the sort of zombie that's nearing Arthur.
Okay.
And sort of
That's
like
fine.
Stand in front of it. Is that sort of that area sort of okay?
Yes, absolutely.
As that happens, as I'm running towards it, I go, "Don't worry, my liege," as I'm sort of running with the
Little
thing
flap
open.
up.
"Don't worry, my liege, I'll come and save you." As I do that, I'm going to try and take a swing at him with my longsword.
All right.
What is that to roll? I think it says 1d8 for hit, but I don't know if that's if I have to roll any other stat before then.
Add your strength and proficiency to hit, and then your strength for damage. You add your strength modifier onto that.
0 for strength.
Oh, so yeah, you can add your proficiency on the roll, which is probably 3, and then you won't get any extra on the actual damage.
All right, so I'll just 8 plus 3, I believe it is. 9.
That hits.
Oh, okay.
That does hit.
Yeah, I basically try and just go for it sort of like top torso area, just to sort of like slash it.
All right,
Still
roll.
not really learning.
Roll for damage.
I'm not sure what my damage is. I think it is actually a D8 plus 3.
1d8.
Okay. Yep, 1d8. 9 again. 9 again.
9.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you do take a couple of. You take one leg and one arm off. It's still kind of hopping about. It's still alive. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Concord, it is your turn.
Okay, Concord. The horse is getting really rowdy. Oh no, I can't. It's hard to control. And so what happens is it starts going wild, like do, and I make neighing sounds over boxes and containers, trying to calm it down. And that is my turn.
Okay. So Robin, it is your turn.
All right, so to these foxes.
Very terrified. I'm gonna kind of just like slap out with my sword at this still living thing.
Which one?
The one that's beheaded in front of me still.
Okay.
But it's still alive, so I'm still going to try to attack it.
That hits, definitely. And how did you want it to die?
I
mean,
guess
it's
just
the head.
like bat the head away and it rolls away and dies. I don't know.
Did you want to aim it toward anything?
I guess the one behind it.
I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll for damage on that one. Non-melee, I guess.
Unarmed. I'll do a D4.
Yeah, unarmed. All right. So the one behind it. That one. So you kind of knock it, kind of like a golf ball, into into the face of the other one. The other one you see just kind of takes a little bit of damage as well. So you knock that head into that one. Good job.
All right. And then, very terrified, as I said, he's going to try to run behind the cart, not knowing this thing's over here.
Okay.
And kind of stumble right into it with his shield.
All right. So yeah, you bump into this thing, and it just you bump into it, and your back's to it.
I meant like he's kind of like charging at it
Oh,
Like he's going with his shield in front of him, and he bumps into it with his shield, and
so you do see him or you don't see him?
no, he bumps in. Yeah, he doesn't see him, but I was ideally wanting it to be an attack.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, that hits him.
Yeah, with the shield.
And then I don't know what a shield would be, so I'll roll a d4 for that as well.
So as you're kind of running toward behind the carts, because you see this other thing that you just hit the head, and you kind of bump into something. You're worried that it might be one of your fellow companions. As you turn around, you see that your shield has a little bit of like something on it, like a flesh on it, and you kind of look up and you see this kind of zombie creature kind of holding its side, and its arm is off.
All right. And then just bonus action, I want to push it with my shield. It basically just pushes it away. I've got a shield master feat. So
Go ahead.
pushes it away 5 feet, and I guess just pushes it into these barrels. And
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
And when you push it, its foot falls off. It kind of flings towards you. It bumps off of your shield as well. All right, cool. It is Lancelot's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna haul it all the way over here and stab that dude.
That hits.
Man, these rolls, I'm like,
Still, you're hidden.
geez. I
Excellent.
am, but you know,
How did you want him to die?
I'm gonna do a regular U shape and cut off both arms and both legs. Leave the head on the torso.
So arm, leg, arm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Black Knight from.
Oh, okay. So you gotta swing down and kind of make this U shape, and just like all the limbs, and it's as one leg goes, it kind of goes that way, and then the force of the other slice kind of forces it down, and it kind of tumbles down, and it is definitely dead. It's not moving anymore. It is Arthur's turn. Oh, sorry. Did you still have another?
Do I have enough? Well, I still can do 2 attacks a turn. Do I have enough move
See.
to get over there to that other one by?
I'd say not. Your movement speed is 30, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
All right. I'm gonna point my sword at him and say, "Ha! You're next."
Excellent. All right, Arthur, it is your turn.
Okay, so Arthur will step forward into melee with him and swing Excalibur. That is 6. Oh, jeez. And that didn't go so well.
That hits.
Okay, so
That is it.
Right.
Wow.
You should be seeing a pattern now.
Yeah.
that is 4 slashing plus 4 radiant
How did you want him to die?
damage. Yeah, so I swing just straight down like the shoulder, and you just see this burst of radiant energy come off, and his head just pops off.
And as you all see, that is just glorious, and your king is fighting for you. A little tear comes to everybody's eye. It's
Like
beautiful.
the halo over my head briefly.
This amazing sight is just, it kind of fills everybody with pride as well. And it is down. All right, and it's their turn now. So these two are going to they're going to hear all this commotion. They're going to start making their way over toward you all. This one is going to come at Robin. Robin, what's your... Oh, never mind. He rolled a 19. He hits you. So he kind of claws at you a bit. And you take 4 points of damage. So it's lunging at you, kind of grabs your hair, and just kind of yanks you down a little bit, and it claws you on the side of the face as well. And Lancelot, do a perception check for me real quick. Excellent. All right, cool. So as you're kind of, you're seeing your king in all this glorious light, you kind of still are focused on the task at hand, and as you're looking at kind of this thing coming at you, you notice swiftly behind it.
Another one?
This one.
That one moves fast.
And then another one. They're both dashing toward you. And that is their turn. Bedivere, it is your turn.
Well, after seeing the great and powerful Excalibur at work, and our king is fighting on the front lines, Bedivere believes that it's now time to help Lancelot, as I stride on forward and just take this one right here, right in front of me here. I'm going to try and swing at it with my longsword again, just to try and see. Now, just so I absolutely remember, to hit, do I roll the d8 that I have to roll with the sword, or do I have to roll the
20?
So you roll a d20 to hit.
Okay, and it's +3 then.
Yeah,
because of the weapon. Yeah, I have no strength, so that is just a +3.
Okay,
well, that
20.
definitely hits.
Okay, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
So you roll, which sword is it, or what weapon?
It's a long sword, so it's a d8.
D8
Okay, yeah, d8.
flashing.
+3, I think, which is okay.
Or it's you don't have a mod, right? So it's just 5.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then in that case, yeah. No, I made a mistake last time, but yeah. Either way, that's a 5.
These things are going to go down
You
quickly.
had strength mod, you would add that, but you don't have any
That
strength.
makes sense. Okay. I wrote something down terribly bad last time. Then why does it say +3?
Oh yeah, it's the proficiency is just a hit, not to damage, and that's always one of the weirdest things to explain to people. Like, it's just a hit. It's not. It doesn't add to damage.
That makes so much sense now.
Well, as you're slicing this thing, you slice off its arm, and it looks like it starts to go down toward the ground. And it is on the ground, but it's not dead. You've startled it a bit.
Okay.
But it had already damage on it.
Oh, okay. I take it that's the end of my turn then.
Did you have any bonus?
I don't believe I do.
Okay.
With a -1 initiative, I am guessing I don't have one.
That's your turn. Concord, it is your turn.
Okay, the horse. It's going wild. I'm trying to control this panicking horse. Animal handling.
Roll for animal handling.
Whoops! I accidentally rolled twice. Sorry. It is. Whoops.
The 14 was dropped. So
Nope, I'm gonna go with the different. Okay, I got a 14. Yeah, there we go.
Got a 14? Okay, so
So
it's calming down a bit.
okay, all right.
It's still a little spooked.
It's knocked over stuff. Still a little spooked. That's my turn.
As you knock over stuff,
Yeah.
or you make the neighing sounds and stuff like that, and you're kind of
Whoa there. That's my turn.
Robin, do a perception check, real quick. No, you don't notice. You hear a horse behind you. You assume it's just like, and you hear Concord saying, "Whoa there!" So you're assuming Concord's got it under control, but you're still looking at the zombie, and you're probably thinking to yourself, "What the hell is a horse doing here? I didn't see that before." All right, Robin,
Actually,
it is your turn.
This is my performance check. Yes, I confused him.
Well, with this thing grabbing onto my hair, Robin's going to try to cut its arm off.
Okay. That hits.
Does his arm fall off, or is it still intact?
Oh no, it falls off. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to play like it's still attached to my hair, and as I'm swinging about wildly, I'll try to attempt to hit him again with my wild swings.
Excellent. That hits. Okay, so as you're just flailing about,
Yeah.
you're just flailing back and forth, and you're just like this, and then you open your eyes and you just see this chopped up, mangled, just bits all over the place. The hand is still grasped to your hair, just because it is, just it's a dead thing, and it had your hair to begin with. But the rest of it is just laying about, not moving at all.
Mm-hmm.
Magikarp method, very nice.
And that's my turn.
All right, Lancelot.
Okie dokie, I'm going to run up to this dude. I'm going to poke him
Okay.
with my stick.
All right. That hits.
Jeez.
That hits. How did you want him to die?
This one, I want to make a circle in the middle, just like with a 3-inch outline. So he's got a hole with 3 inches of flesh.
Excellent. Well, you definitely do that. You cut out a little bit for me, but hopefully everybody else heard that. But it did take him out, and it was visually excellent, if that's how to say that. Magnificent. Everything was magnificent.
Visually, it was.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to run up over here and help Bedivere.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for that dude. Oh,
That
jeez,
hit.
really?
It's a 10, yeah, it hits.
Even with a 10, it hits.
Oh, lordy.
How did you want that thing to die?
I think I'm going to do the Zorro thing, but all the way through. So it ends up in like 4 pieces. Like there's a top and a bottom, and then 2 triangles in the middle.
All right. Bedivere just kind of watches you, and you're just like, haha! And you just do that kind of slice, zigzag back and forth, and it is fantastic. And he is gone. He is down.
I always thought that Lancelot might. I always
I'm
thought
out
that
of
Lancelot
attacks.
might be a min-max.
All right, I think I'm done.
All right. Arthur, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'll shout out to good show, Lancelot. And I'll move this way. I'll move my spiritual weapon, but it's not going to be able to get to anyone, so it's only 20 feet. So I'm going to move it the same direction as me, kind of headed towards this one on the far side. And I am going to toll the dead on him. This wisdom save. That one was not damaged. This is a new one, right?
He rolled an 18.
Okay, he does.
Saves.
Yeah, he does save. I'm 15. So
nothing happens.
So nothing happens. So I run out, point, send off my spell, and my little hammer follows me. But I stand there, and I kind of look over to Robin and just said, "Robin, do you need a hand?"
I've already got one, sir.
Very good.
Excellent. All right. And it is at this point that the 2 creatures you all notice kind of just stop. They all go wide-eyed, and then the 2 of them just fall limp. They're on the ground.
You have won! Well done, my liege. And it goes over to Arthur.
Thank
And
you. I know he'll just take
only
it.
hit.
Are we still in initiative?
No, you're out of initiative.
Okay,
I'm gonna run up and like slice up the other guy, the other one that just fell in front of me.
I'm
You do, and then body parts just start flying back and forth, and some of them hit Bedivere in the face as well. Bedivere, go ahead and make a dex save.
I'm gonna pull out rags and then offer to clean people's weapons.
8.
Bedivere, some of it does hit you in the face, some of it does get in your mouth as well.
Oh, sorry.
Arthur.
Good show. That lots a lot.
Arthur remembers somewhere Merlin telling him to make sure to compliment his people under him. So as Concord's cleaning his blade, he's like, he thanks for me and said, "Good job controlling that horse. That's amazing."
Oh yes. It got a little bit of hairy there for a second, but yeah, I managed to calm it down.
Well done. And he looks and makes
Sasha's fine now.
Wasn't there?
Sasha's are what I call the coconuts.
What are y'all going to do now?
Ramon's going to come out from behind the wagon finally and say, "No signs of rabbits over here, sire."
You still have the hand attached to your hair as well.
All right, and I'll try to be tugging it off.
Everybody sees this.
Is anyone injured or wounded?
I have 5 points of damage, but it's very minor.
You do see a scratch on Robin's face, like claw marks.
And a hand in his
hand in his hand.
I try and approach Robin, and I guess, do I notice the cut?
Yeah, well, yeah, you definitely do.
I try and approach Robin. I go, "So Robin," and then just immediately take up, and just more blood just comes out of the sword.
Robin will just make a disgusting face.
Robin, you seem to have a cut. Perhaps I could have a look at that.
Certainly, Sir Bedivere. And I'll pull it down, show him the cut.
What is it to roll to see if something is bad or infected or anything like that?
Investigation or medicine, I guess.
I guess it would be investigation. I only have wisdom, so I guess it would either be intelligence or wisdom.
Whichever one's higher.
I'm going to roll whatever one's lower for the sake of comedy.
For the sake of comedy. All right. Well,
Hey,
damn it!
Unfortunately, you roll a 21.
that was hilarious.
Apparently, Bedivere not being the best at coming up with a strategy, but yeah, apparently has the all-seeing eye of the gods. I guess. What do I see? Like, is it infected? Is it bad? Is he going to bleed to death?
You just know that it's kind of like a scratch on his face. You can just see Robin kind of wincing, like a child. It doesn't look that bad, but you do notice that he's making it more than what it is.
So,
Okay.
Arthur seeing that and seeing him wince and everything. Oh, this he must be in pain. He runs up and lays his hands on him and said, "It's going to be okay, Sir Robin." And he cures wounds on him. And that's a 1d8 plus 2? Or was that? Hang on. That's actually probably more at level 5, right? Not used to doing level 5. Where's my card? That is... So... That's just 1d8 if I'm doing it first. Okay. So 1d8 plus 7 for me. So that's going to be 14 healed, which I think you only had 4. But
Yeah, I'm right back up.
That heals him just fine.
It's like, oh, my lord, healed your faithful servant, Sir Robin, who is so brave.
I'll say, "Thank you, sir. I feel much better, but perhaps it's best if I rest here while y'all search for the rabbit."
Good idea. Good idea.
Yes, you should be by yourself, all alone here.
I suppose I should go with you then.
I think at this point I finished like eviscerating
Okay.
bodies around me. So, like, there's no...
Yeah, there's a lot of minced meat everywhere around Sir Lancelot.
Yeah, I kind of see him going off. Sir Lancelot, I think you've quite dispatched the beast.
I believe they're coming out of this large building gate.
Perhaps that is where we should search first.
I assume we're traveling. It's like I start going, I make that sound, and then when no one moves, I'm like,
Arthur starts going to enter here.
I will approach with Sir Arthur and Lancelot.
I will be in the way back.
So we
Get up to the front.
to open the doors and look into the building. What do we see?
Go ahead and roll for investigation real quick.
Is that for all of us or just?
Arthur, he's the one opening the door.
Investigation 0.
Oh,
Nothing.
jeez.
Okay, so you just see darkness. You see maybe a candle. As you open the door, it makes a very loud creaking sound.
I must talk to them about taking care of this better. They concentrate on the door and the squeak, and like they really need to do better maintenance at this church.
What do you see, sire?
I see great darkness and a candle in the door that's squeaking.
Squeaking candle, you say?
No, the door's
I wonder
squeaking.
if this.
There's a candle, I think.
Oh, I see.
Are you still in the doorway?
I am in the doorway.
What is everyone else doing?
I guess I'll go in.
Waiting for the king to get out of the doorway so we can go in.
I will.
I'm
I
not
will.
blocking it. If you want
I
to
will
walk by,
light a
walk by.
torch. I will light a torch and then
Okay.
go in.
All right, so Concord just kind of barrels in there, past the king, and he has a torch, and he does see the same thing. You see a candle. It's kind of darkness as you go around. You just see about it's oddly dark, especially since you did a torch as well. Maybe you can see a foot or two,
Okay.
kind of radius around you, but everything else is abnormally dark.
Okay. So can my character make? Do I think it's like magic or something like that? Or
Go ahead, you can roll
all right,
to check it out.
8.
Rolled an 8. As you rolled an 8?
Yep.
Okay. So, to you, it just seemed maybe like the torch isn't working as well as it should.
Oh.
It's just odd that it's very, very dark.
Okay. My character.
But you do notice that it's kind of off. You're just not
My
sure.
character
what it
is kind of doing it like maze, where I start at one side of the room and I'm just kind of going around to see what I bump into or feel.
And you're the only one in there?
Yes, correct.
All right. So as you kind of move around, you kind of watch the candle and it shuts off. You move toward it where it was, and then you notice to your left it turns on. And then you kind of go toward the candle. As you get closer, it turns off. And then to the right of you, it turns on. You go toward it, and you do this
Clearly, I'm not going fast enough, so if I run...
And even as you're running, it goes off before you even get near it.
Okay. Hello. There seems to be some kind of strange predicament I have here, where there's 2 lights that keep going on and off repeatedly every time I approach them.
I immediately put up my little helmet flap. Have you tried getting to it faster?
I tried that. That is exactly what I have tried. It does not seem to be of avail.
There's only one logical explanation. The flames can see you.
Sir Bedivere, are you in there as well?
I'm guessing that I can hear what he said.
Concord, are you in? So who is where?
So Arthur, hearing this, will start moving in. He says, perhaps if one of us go towards one candle and the other one goes towards the other spot, we might
At the same
actually...
time.
At the same time.
Very good.
So wait,
I
wait,
take
wait,
off
wait.
towards the
So
one
it-
closest to me.
Is everybody in there? Bedivere.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will-
everywhere.
All right. So as soon as you all kind of walk in, Bedivere, where are you? And are you behind everybody? Are you in front of everybody? Are you near the king?
I guess I've sort of walked in after as soon as Concord said his predicament. I sort of walked in to try and speak to him and ask him the question.
As
As he walked faster.
as you were talking to Concord and trying to make kind of a conversation with him, as soon as you enter the place, you kind of feel a little itching on your ear. You kind of feel a little twinge, like a little twitch in your nose.
I try and scratch at my helmet. However, obviously I can't get through my helmet to get to my neck.
Everybody, roll for perception to see if you
Terribly sorry, I
notice
missed
this.
that part. What's going on?
So as Bedivere was walking in and talking to Concord, as soon as he stepped into the place, he kind of has an itch behind his ear, and you see his nose kind of twitch a little bit. He kind of scratches at his nose a bit.
Oh.
King Arthur, you notice this. This is weird for Bedivere. He's usually pretty calm and collected. Sir Robin, you're still kind of on the doorway, keeping the light behind you, just watching everybody to see if they die.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anybody?
So I don't have a clue that this is something magical then.
No.
So my roll is a 7.
You just think he's just got a nervous tick.
Okay.
But you see it.
But yeah, anyway, we are trying that thing of we both approach the lights to see if what happens.
Bedivere and Concord, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Concord, you two kind of look at each other and you dash off in separate direction. Concord, before you get to the light, it goes out. Bedivere, as soon as you get to the light, it goes brighter. And it becomes like this big torch from a little candle.
Assuming that I've done something correct, immediately I turn to the party and go, I seem to have done it. giving no credit to Concord.
Well done, sir. Your logic is impeccable.
I'm gonna check something real quick, sorry.
That's never a good sign.
Now is this is the darkness still feels, even when the other one brightens a little bit, it's still very subdued, right? You're not.
Bedivere, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm guessing that is just
Roll for
Wisdom save, yeah.
yep.
Plus your wisdom. Okay.
17.
So you notice something trying to, or like a kind of a force around you, but you kind of jump a little bit and you just kind of feel odd now.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence. Would that be an intelligence save or just intelligence?
Just intelligence. That's fine. So
I was just gonna say, with a 13, can I at least discern that this is something that I should bring up to at least the group?
I would suggest that. It concerns you.
I lift up my helmet. Sire, something
Yes?
something has concerned me. Just something little. And how
Sure.
exactly
What is-
how exactly could you describe this feeling?
So you felt like somebody was trying to grab you, but when you turned around, like there's nobody there.
Perhaps someone is here, although I can't quite see them. I feel like someone has tried to grab me.
Oh
A
my!
grabber? Yeah, that fiend.
Did you tell it that you do not consent?
Did you tell us away?
I did not get the chance, sir.
Well, maybe next time it'll try again in that way, and then you will get the chance.
Perhaps so.
We can only hope.
So in hearing this, what is everybody gonna do?
Is
And
this some sort of-
this flame is still like, with Bedivere next to this flame, it's still it's very full. And everybody noticed that the flame went out when Concord went near the other one.
As I've stepped further into the room, did I get a sense there's some sort of magic, something going on here?
By this point, yeah, everybody does feel that it's very off, and you do feel, especially with what Sir Bedivere said, you assume it, and especially what you saw outside, you do assume there's magic.
I like to cast Dispel Magic.
Dispel magic?
So the way that Dispel Magic works is what happens is you select a target, you roll Dispel Magic, and if it's above 3rd level or higher, he makes an Arcana roll or a spell attack to try and dispel it. And then there's some subjectivity around with the GM if it's like narrative magic of like, I can't really, or sometimes what'll happen is a Dispel Magic will just suppress it. where it's like, oh, okay, it's less effective, or like is just inactive for a period of time.
Okay.
I think someone cast Dispel Wi-Fi where I am. I missed like the last 10 minutes.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Somebody got grabbed, and apparently there's dark magic.
Well, Sir Bedivere
Right.
felt like he was about to get grabbed. Dispel magic says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So how did you want to do that?
Well, creature darkness. I don't really see. Well, I'm just assuming it's gonna be in range, so I'm going to try to.
Cast on the grabber.
Yeah. I don't know how.
I think it's something, a target you can see within range.
Is it?
So the only thing you can really see is Sir Bedivere and that
So I can only
flame that's
see
right next to
the-
him.
Well, could you dispel the darkness? I guess that's its own spell, isn't it? Dispel darkness
There is not a dispel darkness.
or dispel.
Light spell that does it, but I
But
can't
if
remember
it's
what it
caused
was.
by
Well-
magic, there's nothing I can latch onto.
There's some weird subjectivity. If it's coming from an object, you might have to see the object to dispel that.
There's Dispel Good and Evil.
Yeah, that's
Shimmering
right.
energy surrounds, protects you from say undead creatures.
So for me, I'm actually gonna be going around the room in the darkness, kind of feeling and seeing if there's anything unusual about the stonework or or if I bump into like a table or something like that.
So
Just
as
kinda
you're
doing one.
searching the room, you do see stairs,
There's stairs over here.
and as you're kind of saying that out loud, you hear footsteps running up the stairs.
There are footsteps running up the stairs.
Let's make it 2 when I take off.
I will go towards this voice and.
You take off and you're like, bam! And then it's like, it's over here, sir. It's like, yes.
Very well.
You're
So-
a
Bam!
ventriloquist?
Nope. More to the left. That you went too right. It's like, bam! Okay, there you go.
When did you become a ventriloquist? No,
All right. So as you're hearing this Concord back and forth, and you heard the footsteps go up the stairs, everything kind of goes back to normal downstairs. The light comes back, candles. You can see this big room. It looks as if on the floor there have been some sacrifices made. You see ducks, carcasses of ducks splattered about as well, kind of hanging from the ceiling. It's a monstrous sight. It looks like somebody carried out a ritual and was very, very angry about it.
Oh, look, there are the stairs.
Is the torch that was next to me still brighter than the others, or is it just?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm still intrigued by this torch. I stay downstairs.
Who goes upstairs? Does anybody go upstairs?
Arthur
Everybody
went
stay down.
upstairs.
I went upstairs as well.
Okay.
Right behind King Arthur.
So Concord, Arthur, and Lancelot, go ahead and do a perception check.
This would be brilliant.
4.
7. Okay, Lancelot. Concord and Arthur, you're
Did I
kind
roll
of.
nature?
Huh? Oh, you did.
Oh,
Roll for perception.
Frank.
Oh, crap.
Dang it, Al, you know it better.
Well, as you're walking up the stairs, or running up the stairs, whichever one you want to do, King Arthur and Concord don't really see much other than the torch is normal now. You know, you can actually see a greater distance. Lancelot, you hear the footsteps as well now, and now you can hear kind of a woman breathing as she's running.
My lady.
Sounds like someone's trying to get their cardio in.
Lancelot hears it. Arthur and Concord do not.
There's some heavy breathing.
Heavy
Like,
breathing? Whatever could that be?
Probably the person that ran up the stairs.
Do you think that's the same? That sounds like an awful coincidence.
Okay.
So Arthur yelled out, and he's like, "Don't be afraid. We're not going to harm you. Yes, you should not be grabbing people, but we just want to talk."
And as you kind of walk up the stairs, you get to the top, and there are some candles lit, and you do see something in the corner. It looks like it's kind of sitting down and holding its knees. You don't see the head yet. You just see kind of feet tapping about. It looks like it's a scared person. You see candles about, and you do see the monstrous sight that you saw downstairs with the ducks everywhere and the feathers and the blood. And
they really need to do something with the janitorial staff here as well.
Maybe it was the kitchen staff. Maybe this is the kitchen staff.
Oh, then I would not eat anything from here. Maybe would you go check on the young lady over there?
Who's doing that?
I'm asking Sir Lancelot. I'm looking at him.
Oh, absolutely.
So Lancelot, you
Hello
just
there. Are you in need of aid?
You strut over there, and you don't recognize this person, but you see this lady looking up at you. She has a wart on the right side of her cheek, and she just kind of glares. It kind of looks over at Arthur and says, "They've ruined me."
Whatever are you talking about?
He did, your king, and the one downstairs.
I ruined you?
We did not.
Are you going to
see
approach her?
anyone downstairs.
King
I'm
Arthur?
not getting super close. I'm kind of I'm close enough she can hear me. I walk up a little bit and said,
Roll
I
for
ruined you?
dexterity.
How-
Arthur, go ahead and roll for dexterity real quick.
for dexterity. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so as you say, I ruined you. You see this cup flying from her direction, and you kind of dodge out of the way and just smashes and shatters against the wall.
Can I do a perception check on the cup?
Yeah, you notice that she was the one that tossed it.
Oh,
It didn't take very much.
Did it look cold?
Arthur just see the cup coming toward him. You actually saw her take a cup and chunk it at Arthur.
No, I was trying to see if it was the Holy Grail, but okay, I guess not.
No, it shattered. It was like just a plastic ceramic, or not a plastic. It was like a ceramic cup that just shattered.
Now, there's no need for that. I'm sorry if I have ruined you, but could you explain?
And she stands up. She says, "You and that scientist of yours." And as soon as the light touches her face, you can recognize her immediately. It's the witch that Sir Bedivere had condemned to die. When everybody was in that one town where you met Sir Bedivere, talking about, she's a witch. And they finally had, and the duck that was there. So you could, as it's all coming back to you, who she is, these ducks scattered her out. You figured out that she kind of took her anger out on ducks and people.
Well, I am seeing we were correct that you are a witch. It's like, I'm just looking at the blood everywhere and the fact she's alive when she's supposed to be dead. But I am sorry if we ruined your life.
And you see her hands clenching, and then Lancelot, Concord, and Arthur roll initiative.
Woohoo! I mean, aha! There we go.
That's a 5.
And Robin and Bedivere roll for perception.
Goody.
Robin, you're just terrified. You're looking at this massacre, and you're just like kind of shell shocked. You're just like nervously. I don't know. You might have
my armor.
You wet your armor.
There we go. Finally able to roll it.
Bedivere,
Hey,
you hear yelling from where Concord, Arthur, and Lancelot went.
Sire! And then I immediately run upstairs, or at least I try and get as far as I can within that time frame.
All right. Not just yet. All right, so... All right, Lancelot, you rolled higher than she did. You go first.
Okay.
You
I'm gonna
just
be out
see
for a
her...
second.
Okay. So Lancelot, you kind of see her hands clenching. You can kind of see that she has this magical aura about her. You feel the anger in her, and she just practically attacked your king with a cup.
Is Jason still there?
Which?
Yeah, I can see his eyes moving.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, Lancelot.
I'll buy it.
He's so in tune with the story. He can't.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how it could possibly have been the Holy Grail we were looking for the whole time, just shattered in front of us.
No, it was
Okay,
not. It
so-
was not the Holy
Yeah,
Grail.
I get that.
Okay. Oh, you thought it.
it'd
Okay.
be funny. I would say assault on his highness will not be tolerated, and swing at her with my great sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and rage,
All right.
and so I'll do my first swing. There's your damage. My second swing. Oh, does that hit?
No.
Ooh. Third. Dag friggin' nabbit.
Nope, not at all. So the attack 21. The first one hit, the second two did not. So you're just stabbing at her? Is that what you're doing?
Swinging, yeah.
Swinging at her? Okay, so you swing at her, and just as you're doing that, she does kind of look at you. She grabs hold of your blade, and you can see the blood coming from her hand, but she just kind of holds it there. She's glaring at you.
Well, that's highly abnormal. Clearly, you've been working out.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
way.
Oh, you're back.
Hey, man.
Hey. Sorry.
There you go. Okay.
Thanks.
What's your Go ahead and roll for strength for me, real quick.
Who, me or
Lancelot.
Uh-oh.
All right, so yeah, you're able to take your sword back from her, no problem. You hear the slicing from her hand, and you just, as the hand kind of releases, you just see this big gash in her hand, and it's just dripping with blood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
I'm kind of glad I raged.
Yeah. All right, Arthur, it is your turn. You see that? You saw this.
Okay. Well, as I'm walking forward with my sword, I am so sorry that I ruined your life, and I'm going to swing out and stab her.
Okay. Roll for the attack. That does not hit.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my war priest blessing and get an additional attack.
That does
That's
not
still
hit.
dang.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay, and it's like yeah. So he just keeps he swings and miss. It's like, yes, I really don't mean to be ruining your life.
As you're trying to attack her. Excellent. So Concord, you saw that Lancelot tried to swing at her. She caught his sword. She's bleeding from the hand. She's glaring at both of them. You can see her kind of deflect and move around Arthur's attacks as well. And it is your turn.
I'm just gonna pull out my sling and just kind of throw a rock at her.
All right.
That's a 16.
16 does not hit.
Okay.
So-
I tried, sir.
Nice try. Nice try.
You just see this
Concord.
rock just kind of hit her on the shoulder, and she looks at you and just kind of rolls her eyes and puts her focus back on Arthur.
Uh-huh.
All right, and it is Bedivere. You've made it up the stairs, and it is your turn. You saw Concord kind of throw this rock, and it just bounced off of her. And as seeing her, you realize who it was. You know exactly who it is.
The first thing I do when I get up the stairs, seeing this happen, I immediately look over, see obviously Lancelot and Arthur attacking this woman. I've immediately recognised her, and as I do that, I just pull open my helmet, and go, "Witch!"
Yep.
I pull out my sword and run towards her and start flailing angrily.
Okay.
Don't worry, sire, I'll save you. And with that, I'm guessing that's my roll to hit, which is d20 plus 3.
That definitely does not hit.
That's a 9, so no.
This is how we die.
I'm trying, sir. She is too evasive.
All right. Before it is her turn, Robin, are you doing anything downstairs?
Yeah, I'm trying to
You're
think what I was
hearing
gonna
all
do.
this ruckus. You hear Sir Bedivere go, "Ah, witch!" You hear witch. You don't know what it's talking about, though.
Can I grab a torch off the wall and then, not sneakily, but like cowardly, head up the stairs?
Yeah, roll for stealth. Okay, so yeah, nobody notices you sneak up behind, even with the light. I mean, the room upstairs is filled with candles and stuff like that, so your light is just kind of normal to that as well.
Okay.
Is that all you're doing?
Am I in combat now, or?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say you're in initiative. Did you want to do anything?
I would like to throw the torch at her.
Okay.
Is there anything you want me to roll for that?
Just roll for strength. Or roll a d20 plus your strength to see if you make it all the way across the room.
All right, can do that.
Yeah, that hits her.
All right. Does the fire from the torch do anything to her?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a 2d6. All right. So this flame kind of gets her a little bit on the hair, and she kind of starts patting it out, and you can definitely hear her start to scream a little bit as she puts it out very quickly. She is pissed now. If she wasn't
She's
before.
barbarian.
So now,
A barbarian plus a sorcerer. A
Yeah.
battle rage,
Cross-class.
if you will.
okay. So Lancelot, Arthur, and Bedivere, who are closest to her, make a dex save.
Oh, great, my best thing.
Oh,
Ooh.
shouldn't have laughed at all.
I don't know if I've rolled mine yet. Oh, there we go.
Ah.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No,
All right. All right, Arthur, you take. Oh, that's okay. I was like, what? Okay, I rolled the wrong one. I rolled a d20 and I rolled a 20. I was like, shit. So I'm supposed to roll a d8. Hold on. Okay, Arthur, you take 7 points of damage. Bedivere, you take 5. Lancelot, you take 5. She basically, as she gets this torch, she grabs onto the torch, and you can see this fire build up, and she just kind of throws it to the ground, and it makes this encasing fire around all of you, even her, and you each take, the 3 of you take that damage.
So we take more damage?
No, that's it. That's all you take right now.
Oh, okay. Are you keeping
now.
count of the health, or?
Oh,
I got it.
I should probably do. Bedivere, what's your max health?
My max health is 29.
Right. Not anymore. Go ahead and take your damage. What was that? 5? 24
yeah,
now.
I think if I took 4 points of damage, it's 25, obviously. If I took 5, it's 24.
Arthur, what's your max health?
I got it. 38, and that's -7 now.
Okay. Lancelot, what's your max health?
Max is 55, current is 50.
Whew.
Oh, actually, I don't know. Do I still have damage from that rabbit?
I'm
I
going to
have
say
no idea.
no. For the sake of this fight, I'm going to say no.
Okay, good.
Because
I
you
have
took
no
a
idea how much
lot of
damage I took from him.
I want to say you took a good
1 minute.
chunk. I want to say you were below half health. All right, Robin, what's your health?
49.
And Concord, what is your max health?
My max health is 4.
Excellent. All right.
What?
Yeah, I'm a commoner.
Yeah.
I don't have player class levels.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I have no proficiencies, 10 in every stat.
Yeah, when he asked that, I was okay with it, but every day I was like, I shouldn't have let. He might die. and I did even ask you. I was like, "Are you sure? What are you gonna do if you die?" And you're like, "You'll figure it out."
I'll figure it out.
Ben, you play as the trolliest characters.
All right, so let's see. Let me make sure. I don't think she has any bonus actions. No, that's her. All right, that was her. Lancelot, it is your turn again.
Oh, yes. Hey. Ha-ha! Sorry, I was getting really into this conversation with Rorik about ducks.
Go.
Well, I assume that first one hits. Would that be correct?
Sorry.
22?
22, that hits. Yeah.
Okay, cool. First one. Second one. Oh!
Oh! Double damage on that one, yep. That
Okay,
hits.
so how do I
20.
tell it it's double? All right, I'll just roll it. And oh, it does it for me. That's
Okay,
cool.
Wow.
19. And then my third attack. 13. That doesn't hit, does it?
No.
All right. Well, I'm content with that.
All right. So as you're slashing at her, you're noticing that it's as soon as you hit her, it doesn't go through. The sword doesn't go through. So you're making these different cuts in her, and you're hearing her go, and you just hear her angrily grunt. But she is bleeding. But she's just looks angry, and her facial expressions show that she's angry. But her body says that she looks like she's hurt.
What color was her clothing before we
Just
started?
tan.
Oh.
Yeah, just normal. She looks like a peasant. That's her
Okay. I'm
clothes.
gonna say, aha! This color looks good on you. You should try it more. Let us know.
She's a witch, therefore she's light. Therefore we can set her on fire. Throw her out the window.
Tried that. Rorik wants to know if she's a cute peasant.
If she's a cute peasant, well, I thought the actress did a good job in the movie. Yeah, I thought she was pretty.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That nose.
Arthur, is your turn.
Okay, so I am going to use Excalibur's special ability,
Okay.
daily ability. I'm going to attack first.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
And so that is going to be that's 12. I need the 12.
12 what, Jerry?
Oh my god.
Ooh, jeez.
30
Ooh,
points of
authority.
damage plus 4 radiant, 34.
I'm sorry, what?
That's Excalibur.
That's like once a
That's
day, and I can do it in a
Excalibur's
line. If there's
stats.
people in a line, I can hit several, but unfortunately, I haven't.
That is beautiful.
Is there a
Yes.
mirror behind her?
Oh no.
So as you what attack did you do with Excalibur?
I used his the daily special attack ability.
Which
so it
was
does
that?
Daily
40-12.
special.
I just wrote it down. I don't have. It's like 40-12
No,
damage.
it's fine. I just
in a line.
terminology.
30 line.
30.
That's what I.
So it's just
Serving up a hot dish of death.
So it is kind of like a beam, or is it the sword
Yeah,
itself?
it shoots out like a beam.
Okay, it shoots out like a beam, and it goes right her in the stomach, and she just kind of looks down, and she's kind of shaking a little bit. So it definitely did some damage, and now there's a hole right through her. once it stops, but she's still alive, which is just crazy. And she just like has her hands up and she's just shaking.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ruin your life or anything.
Well, you ruined her dress. All right, and it is Concord's turn.
Concord throws a rock. Misses. That is my turn. I'm helping.
What did you roll?
Good job, Concord.
What was the number that you rolled?
5.
5. All right, cool. So you throw this rock and it goes right through the hole. So it in her stomach. So it just boop, goes right.
Shot.
Success! Oh, yes, it was quite a good shot.
The perfect hit shot, but no one will ever know.
Bedivere, it is your turn.
So at this point, I see this giant hole in her. I'm guessing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's obvious.
Okay. I'm just having a look now at anything that I might be able to do. I don't think I can. Oh, actually, I might. So Bedivire's really kind of like a bit scared at this point, considering he's never seen this particular thing before, and he just screams, "Witch!" He's never seen something tank a hit like this before, especially from the Holy Sword Excalibur. I think I'm going to try and cast as basically he's pointing and screaming. I'm going to try and cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
Now it says the duration is a concentration of up to 1 minute. So I can shoot a long line of wind for up to 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. The blast is in a direction that I choose, which is probably just going to be as I point at her. The gust will be like directly at her. And she has to roll a saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away in a direction of which that the gust of wind is going.
So what direction did you want her to go?
Well, backwards, basically, for her.
Backwards?
Yeah.
Into
As it will be directly from me to her, knocking her either against whatever she's going or further than that if there's any room behind her.
There's just a table and a wall behind her. And
okay, yeah.
She did fail that as well. So as you do point toward her, you witch, and then just this gust of wind just shoves her and slams her into the wall. Does she take damage from that?
It doesn't necessarily say that the person takes damage. I'm just now having a look. As a bonus action on each of your turns before the spell, and you can change direction of which the line blast is coming from. So probably not. I don't say anything about damage.
So it's basically just holding her back with wind.
Yeah, it's either knocking or holding her back with wind, depending on the saving throw.
So. Okay, so as you're the witch, and then she gets knocked back, and she kind of holds herself up a little bit, and she kind of smiles at you, and this wind is coming at her, and she said, "Look who's the witch now." And you all hear this.
Looking around, like as he stops pointing, he sort of looks around, opens up the hat. Could you be talking about, sire?
And with that, it is Sir Robin's turn.
You said there were more candles laying around?
Yeah, there's candles all over the place.
All right, with
Dead
my
ducks
2 attacks,
on
I want to pick up candles and just start throwing them at her.
Okay, go ahead.
Some like it hot.
The crossbow one for this one. That one I think misses.
So as you throw this one at her, it gets engulfed with this wind, and it takes out the flame, and it just throws the candle like to the side of her.
All right, and I'll try another one.
Okay. On this one, the candle goes out again, but it does hit her directly in the eye.
And how much damage do you want that to do?
2d6. Default to that. Maybe more.
All right, and I'll start picking up more candles, and that's my turn.
Okay. That is her turn now.
The silence. The tension.
I'm trying to figure out which one of these to...
If there's two different things that you can do, flip a coin. Or
Okay,
even worse, make her do
so,
it twice.
Bedivere, go ahead and make a wisdom save. Right there.
That's always good. 15.
15. Okay. So, as you're kind of still kind of pointing at her in disbelief, you feel a tension in your arm try to move your arm toward Arthur, but you kind of like move it back so that the wind is still at her.
Okay.
And that is her turn. Lancelot.
Stabby, stabby.
Okay.
Attack number 1. Oh, I see
Good
that
grief,
hits.
now y'all are rolling. Of course y'all be rolling well.
Ah!
That hits.
Aha!
Good lord!
Jeez.
Ooh. What's that?
No,
I thought
that
an
doesn't hit.
arcade was dangerous.
Alright,
Ah!
so you're seeing her, kind of, her focus is on Bedivere, but you're able to get in there without the, actually, you're pretty close to her. Roll first. Well, no, it's too late now. So from a distance, you're kind of just stabbing her without trying to get into the wind that is coming from Bedivere's direction. So you're just stabbing at her, and she's just taking hits from left and right, and you can just see blood start gushing out from all sides. She doesn't
I'm
look too
attempting
good.
to cut off one of the sides of the hole that Arthur made so that she like flop over.
So you're getting a chunk out of her. You got a chunk out of her. I'll allow it. Arthur,
Say
it's
the
your
right
turn.
side just for consistency.
Excellent. Arthur, it's your turn.
Okay, so I will attack again with my sword.
Oops, what happened?
And it's 20. 21 to hit.
21? Yep, that hits.
That is a D8 plus. Okay. So it's 2 slashing and 4 radiant damage.
Alrighty. So you actually start to hack at her arm, and her arm comes off. So her arm's off, but she's still alive, but she's really not looking very well.
I really am sorry about all this.
Are you?
I'm not.
And it is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright, Concord.
Okay, Concord is going to take his lit torch and try to throw it at her.
Alright.
19.
That hits. Yep.
Nice.
Okay, how much damage are we doing that?
2d6 on those.
Okay. 5 and a 6, so 11.
So, yeah, so instead of the gust of wind, like the candles you notice went out, but your torch, since you threw it fast enough, you're able to land it on her hair. Now her hair's on her head's on fire. And she's screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And is that
That's
your
it
turn?
for me. Yep.
Alright, Bedivere?
After seeing that she's now combusting, Bedivere just goes, "Look, sire, I told you, she is a witch. The logic never fails."
Are you going to continue the gust of wind?
I think once I've cast it, a whole minute afterwards it stops anyway.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's been and done.
Yeah.
However, I'm just now ticking it off. I'll probably go with just running up to her and then just try and like use my longsword to try and cut off her head.
All right.
I'll try my best, guys.
You can do it.
As soon as I can roll this. There we go.
Hey.
That's a 19
That hits.
to hit. And then a D8. Here we go.
We're trying, Rorik.
1.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So as
So,
you kind of slice toward her ear, it kind of goes into her ear, and she's like looking at you in the face. And she kind of looks at you, says, "If I get out of here, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna turn you again."
Can I roll a wisdom or an insight or something?
Mhm.
I'll roll wisdom because I don't actually have any. 11.
So you feel scratching behind your ear. You feel your nose kind of twitch a little bit, and memories start coming back of just blood and slaughter, and just squeaks as well. And for some reason, Lancelot screaming. You don't know why.
oh,
And it is
After
Robin's.
cutting at his ear, and
Oh, no.
I immediately like stumble back and go, "Ah!"
All right, Robin, it is your turn.
I'm going to continue my candle assault and throw more candles.
Okay. Nope.
15
Nope. That's fire.
and a 13.
Nope. You're just at this point. You're not even looking. You're just chunking him as kind of in that direction. It's an amazement that you haven't hit anybody else
Yeah.
at this point. And now it is her turn. She is going to lunge forward at Bedivere. Bedivere, do a dex save.
You knew this was coming.
I had
That's a
no idea,
6.
quite honestly.
A 6?
Yeah.
Oh
that's a
gosh.
6.
Alright, so okay. Alright, so at this point she lunges at Bedivere, she grabs hold of him, and now he's on fire. You take 4 damage on that. Bedivere is on fire, and she has him grasped at this point. It is Lancelot's turn.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse. But all right.
It could have.
Jeez. Okay.
Bernard is still young.
As I recall, it's still mid-afternoon. But all right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to stabbing. Ooh, 11.
Nope,
That
you're
probably does not
you're
hit.
trying to be careful not to hit Bedivere. And you miss
17?
again. Nope.
17 doesn't do it, huh?
But a 26
that?
will, absolutely.
Lordy.
So how do you want her to die?
Painfully.
So
I'm
as
kind of liking the idea of like putting my sword in the hole without stabbing Bedivere and zipping back and forth until I just cut her in half.
okay, so as you lunge, you get frustrated that the 2 swings didn't hit, but you don't want to hit Bedivere, so you just take your sword and just kind of angle it upward a little bit into a zigzag, and it just like the last thing Bedivere sees is her eyes go wide, and then her head's just off. And then Bedivere and Lancelot, you're looking at each other face to face. And you're out of initiative now.
Hello there.
I really am sorry.
Open. It's my.
Ben?
Uh-oh.
Not Ben. Joe?
Joe.
Joe looks frozen.
That's back.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm,
Came back for a second and then was gone.
Oh god,
What?
he's turned. No, Joe.
You
It's
keep
like-
cutting
Yeah,
in and out, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're frozen like this.
I kind of wonder if he's doing it on purpose.
Us.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Take a
everybody.
screenshot.
I did. I'm hoping to see if I can.
Oh no! Benevir's dead. All right, now is Ben frozen, or is he just that good?
No, he's just
Oh god! I was like, because you weren't moving either. I was like, oh no!
No, he did that very well. I was just
He
like,
did.
It's like those haunted houses where you're not sure, is that a real one or is that one actually going to jump out at you?
The
You're still cutting it out.
there's just
So
that
I-
one moment where I just
Okay, I guess we'll have to kind of ignore Joe for a little bit.
All right, so Benevir's in shock right now. He's just like going wide-eyed and he's staring at Lancelot. He's not talking. He just seems like he's very scared at the moment. What did you guys want to do? Hopefully Joe can hear this. Yeah.
I guess continue searching the room because technically we were looking for the bunny.
Okay. So you does everybody search the room? Everybody can
Yeah.
roll for
Yeah,
investigation.
I'll look around.
Should probably also check the witch's body.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Actually,
So Concord, you're still trying to calm down the horse. It got really
Uh-huh.
rowdy. It was very scared.
Arthur will go over and do a cure wounds on Sir Belvedere.
Whatever. All right, Lancelot, you're searching through the room. You're searching the body as well. You do find a journal. It just has blood all over it, and it does look like it's kind of a distorted, kind of scratching, and like revenge over and over again. And then you flip a couple pages, and you see her write very calmly. It's like, I did it. I finally got revenge on him. He should have no trouble. And then it just kind of goes blank for a little bit.
And you got 15 health back
And then
for Belvedere.
you flip a couple pages. There's blood on the pages after a while. And it's in French. You can't understand it.
It better not be another joke.
Who had that note from earlier?
I do.
Put it next to this thing and tell me if it looks similar.
You put it right next to it, and yeah, for sure, it is word for word from what you can understand. It is the death joke.
Okay.
So it was her.
I think we've searched the entire place. Do we? So top to bottom. So I think we're just gonna go downstairs. I assume. Head out.
It's up to y'all.
Okay.
What time is it?
Like, you know,
Does time matter in this universe?
it doesn't really matter. It's
Okay.
light outside. But, so you see this journal, and you know, I did it. There's blood, and then there's the French words. I assume it's the death joke.
Sir Belvedere, what does she mean by turn you again?
Can I roll an intelligence?
You already figured it out. Figured out, it came to you. So you know what's going on. You know what happened.
Just open
Does
up.
Joe know what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, do you remember what we talked about?
I can assume.
All right.
Gaming, I know what happened,
Okay.
I think.
Everybody's kind of assuming what happened.
Yeah,
But Bedivere remembers. Bedivere remembers everything.
So basically, instead of opening the flap of my helmet, I actually remove my helmet and place it under my left arm.
Okay.
Sir, there's no easy way to tell you this, but perhaps I think the witch had somehow cursed me, and now, without knowing it, I seem to have turned into the most dangerous creature on the planet.
You look quite fine right now.
Perhaps. But, perhaps also I might not be.
That's quite ridiculous. How can you both be the most dangerous creature on the planet and also you?
No, I turn into it. I change, but not of my own.
Like the seasons.
Yes.
So
not? Yeah.
as long as we don't wait until the end of the year, we've got plenty of time.
Although I think it might be a little sooner than the season.
Think about this logically. No.
So do you change back and forth?
Sir Bedivere, roll for perception
What
real
color
quick.
do you become?
I become a nice brown.
So when he took off his helmet, everybody kind of saw his hair. It matched something very familiar. His brown hair did match something very familiar. Sir Bedivere, you rolled a 17. With that, you feel scratching behind your ear. You feel your nose twitching a little bit. And as you start scratching your ears, they start to get a little large. They start to get a little long. And that's where we're going to end the session there.
Ah.
I was gonna lock him upstairs and run away.
Like, lesson restoration.
Roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding.
My character would just go, "It is the end of the year."
Is this year the year of the rabbit?
Oh.
Excellent. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that that story, that continuation of Monty Python. Did anybody catch some of the other Monty Python sketches throughout?
Or the references.
Or the references?
Are you talking about the guys getting hacked up at the beginning of the zombie?
Well, so the guy that was, I didn't go into detail, and I should have, but the guy that was running from the town, that is actually Eric Idle's character, Bring Out Your Dead character. And he said, "They're not dead yet," and he runs off.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what he hears, that old man say, "I'm not dead yet." And so that's Eric Idle's character, the Bring Out Your Dead person. I didn't go into the detail. Cool. I should have, but and then the other.
Are you dead yet?
And then the other
We
one.
haven't met the monks yet. That'll be fun when that happens.
There was, if you guys had searched the room or the buildings around, you would have found Sir Apricot's self-defense class, and that is from the self-defense class sketch. But you guys didn't check the other buildings. And the other one, the other sketch was the paper, the joke. The deadly joke. That was the deadly joke sketch where Michael Palin, and I did that because Max's character was Sir Galahad, which is Michael Palin, and then in the sketch, Michael Palin is the one that writes the deadly joke and dies laughing from it.
Should have just thrown the joke at her. What is this? I don't
be reading it to whoever come across and hope they knew French.
That too.
Find a translator who doesn't know the exact words.
But yeah, I'm guessing you all figured out about Sir Bedivere.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, yeah.
I was finding out. I was remembering as I went on because I was like, "Yeah, was I cursed or did I have this power and I just don't know it?"
Yeah, she had cursed you with magic, so you are a druid now. So you are a witch. So that was her curse to you.
How heavy am I?
No ducks everywhere from the when she was weighed against the duck.
Mm-hmm.
That was everywhere. The 12 guards that you guys killed, that was the 12d20 group in there. I try to push that in there.
No one flew through a building.
Nobody threw a building, thank goodness. I hope you guys liked that, and I hope our audience liked it too.
Yes. It was really cool.
Good. And I'll have this up on YouTube later. There was a part where it was on Fantasy Grounds. It was when Joe's camera was going in and out. I'm going to go ahead and edit it so that you guys can actually see like Ben just standing there for the longest time That part didn't go live, but I caught it on Zoom, so we'll put that on the YouTube. And Joe's like back and forth, so everybody will get to see that.
I probably lagged out at the beginning of the other bit as well, I'm guessing.
I don't remember.
When I came back. Because
Oh.
Zoom crashed for me and then it came back.
Oh.
That was awfully strange.
Cool.
Didn't see you drop.
I hope y'all liked the episode.